It's Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Hanson. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing on 1st down. Hanson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Pete Werner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Demario Davis there on the stop. The Eagles had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 3rd down, Hanson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. And he's gonna miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I'm about to say something that seems really obvious, but you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lance. Yeah, that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Either just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Lance going to throw. There's Chris Olave. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground. honed in on it and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Let's go. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Lance now to throw. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Lance looking to throw it.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the first down.
Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
Now Lance. Flushed out right. He's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Throwing now is Lance.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Up the middle they go. It's Watkins. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goal.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Saints.
Chris Olave
with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Back to the air on second down. Hansen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Hansen. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Check right. Ready?
They'll run on first down. It's Watkins. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
To throw, it's Lance. Setting up the screen, here's Algier.
And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Here's Lance to throw it. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft? He's got a man, complete! And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
And his throw is incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Lance. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Watkins. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Eagles' defense able to hold. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Lance.
He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down.
He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
And he fends him off. Flush. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
Here's Lance.
And that is incomplete here.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Okay, break.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
From the gun, it's Lance.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And once again, this is Sanders.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sanders. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back to throw again. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem in turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready.
Lance now on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10,
Lance. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
On 1st down, Lance.
Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
From the 24, Lance. It's hauled in by Hardy. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Shotgun now for Lance. And this is going to be incomplete. The other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Hansen. That swung out wide to Sanders. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on 3rd down, Hansen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th, and the Saints will have the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Watkins. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Back to throw. Lance. It's hauled in by Shepard. And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the 1st down marker. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
On 3rd down, Hansen. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alontae Taylor in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hardy set to return. 35 yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half, they give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Lance.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Working from the gun, Lance.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
To throw on 2nd down, Hanson. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Looking to throw. Hanson. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. the middle they go with Sanders. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Second down, back to Sanders.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick six on the other side, and now they get a pick six of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick six from earlier in this game?
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Taken in at the 3.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Operating from the gun, Hansen.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Hansen. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip, try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
Steps away to his left. This is Smith with a grab. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball